morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm Christina Bermudez. Welcome to Finding Meditation Through Movement. This is a special 30-minute session that I'm doing on Instagram today. It's usually on Clubhouse, but since it's a rainy day, I figured I'd share with all of you. And I'm just going to wait 2 minutes to allow people to trickle in as they need. So thank you for joining me, and while we wait for people to trickle in, why don't we take a moment to just find a comfortable spot in the space that we're in, and slowly try to find your deep breath. In these sessions, I recommend that the breaths are 6-second inhales and then 6-second exhales to allow yourself to find a deep starting point and ending point for your breaths. I'm happy to be here. I am a little wet because it's pouring outside, but nothing better than meditation to kind of recenter ourselves when things aren't necessarily going our way, or if we just want to improve the place that we're in right now. Probably wait another minute. I am simultaneously recording this since it's audio only on Clubhouse. So if you see me looking away for a moment, it's just to make sure that everything is working. And for those of you who are entering late, thank you for joining me. This is Finding Meditation Through Movement every Tuesday from 9:30 a.m. until 10 a.m. usually on Clubhouse, but today I wanted to share with you on Instagram Live. All experiences and all backgrounds are welcome. You don't need to be a dancer to be able to find your own sense of movement in order to lead you to a meditation. Just take the words I'm saying and reflect them for your own bodies. And if you need to, you can always look at the live and reference to see what I'm doing. So we've been taking these few minutes to kind of find our breaths. 6-second inhales and 6-second exhales. Six-second inhales. On your own time for breathing, we'll do this 6 times. And as you do, think about releasing some of your tension spots. So that would be jaw, behind the ears, behind the neck, the shoulders, the front of the neck, the eyes and the eyebrows. And just find yourself a sense of release as we continue to do our breaths. And for you, you can be standing, you can be laying down. I find that if we're limited on space, standing up might be better. I like to put my hands on my lower belly and my heart. However, you don't need to do that. You can drop the arms and just have them hang. Just think about, though, when you have them hang, to make sure that there's still a sense of release, but you're thinking about natural structure. If you do choose to have your hands on your chest and your belly, think about where you're holding tension. Try not to hold any tension. Just allow the hands to relax on the chest and the belly. We'll do 2 more breaths together. The breath is constant, just as we live our everyday lives. one thing that you want to focus on today, let's find a physical point in the space that you're in and focus on that. And we'll just stay focused as we slowly lift our arms up. Imagine there's a string at the end of your fingertips and someone's gently pulling them up, right? So they're helping you float your arms up to the sky. And you're not adding any tension to your movements, any excess tension, right? We're trying to be efficient. Let's bring the arms down. Let's do one slightly faster. We're staying fixated on our point. And now let's bring one arm down and allow the arm to carry our bodies. We're staying fixated on that point. Let's float the arm back up. And now we're melting our left arm, staying fixated on that point. Being efficient with our energy. Finding a stretch. Bring the arms down. We're going to do that again, but we're going to add more tension. So right now we have this floating sensation. Release the jaw, continue your breath. Now we're going to add tension to our gravity drop. So see how my arm is kind of getting more tense? We're going to add tension as if we're fighting to get the arm down. Still fixated on our confrontation and still trying to take this time to focus on that space, to confront the problem of the day. There's tension as we're lifting this arm up. There's a sense of struggle. It's warming up our bodies, but we're still fixated on that point. Continue with the other arm. There's a lot of tension here. We're warming up our bodies. We're allowing ourselves to add a stretch, engaging our abs. Now my arms and shoulders are getting warm, so you should feel something. There's tension in my arms. Now we bring it down as if we're doing a pull-up or, carrying something down. And let's take this time to roll and continue with that gravitational pull with force. Allow the neck to release if there's tension here. Allow the fingertips to melt in. We're rolling down to our forward fold, wherever you are for this day. It's up to you. If you need to bend your knees, if you need to be up here, that's fine. Just find your forward fold for yourself, and also think about releasing that neck and shoulder tension, releasing that leg tension, releasing that ankle tension, the tops of the arches. We're going to roll back up. To find that spot again in space. Let's lift the arms back up. This time, if we can, lift the right foot up in that floating sensation, as if there was a string pulling you up. My hip flexors are released. I'm not gripping. They're released. I'm using as little energy as I have to in order to make this possible for myself. And then allow both to come together. And let's kind of synchronize our upper body with our lower body. And if you do find tension, find a way to get rid of that tension. And we'll do this 4 times going forward. We're trying to find a synchronicity between our arms and our legs, a match timing. We're still confronting our space today. as time goes by more clearly and more clearly. Make sure that we're continuing our breath. Excellent. Now let's do the same 4 but with tension. So now we're adding tension to our legs and our arms, right? So in a way, it almost feels lighter because everything else is working for you in this current time. Just take this time to notice how you feel differently as you lift your left and right legs in time with your arms. 2 more. And with this one, right, we have a lot of tension, but we're still breathing. With this one, we're going to roll down again. With tension, abs engaged, neck released. Do a small, soft bend. Bring your arms forward if you can, and gently shift the weight over to your wrists and your shoulders. We're still continuing our deep 6-second inhales and 6-second exhales. Release tension in any places that are unnecessary. And we're rocking forward from our forward fold into an almost downward dog. Focal point and bring it down below you. We're just going to do 60 seconds in a plank. You have the option to put your knees down if needed. The goal here is to match the shoulders with the wrists, to make sure that the pelvis is in line, that we've released tension. You also have the option to come down here. Just make sure your body's parallel to the ground. All right. Take a deep breath in before we start. And as you exhale, find yourself in a plank, and I'll be keeping time. Planks are great for engaging the full body, the full physical body. But what I also find is that it's great for focus and meditation. Just allow yourself to think about nothing other than the space and the object that you're looking at. You're continuously pushing away the hands and the wrists away from the ground. You're continuously elongating the legs. You're holding in the abs. You're releasing the neck tension. You're constantly pulling away. We're almost there. We're deep breathing. Focusing on overcoming or confronting something. We're going to visualize that thing and bring it in front of us, wherever it can be. It can be this large, it can be very small, but that object that we're confronting, that thing that we're confronting, we're going to dance with it. And when I say dance, I just mean move. So the goals here, the tasks, are to continue your deep breaths, 6 inhales, 6 count inhales and 6 count exhales. We have the 2 kind of tension things that we were playing with, soft, light, lifted with string. And we have tense, gripped, pulled up, and now. We can use our creativity. And how about we use our 6-second inhales and exhales so we can sync up our movement with our breath and just find different shapes with the object that you're confronting. And just slowly find yourself, give yourself 6 seconds, an inhale's worth, to find a shape around the object that you're dancing with. Right, so 6-second inhales. And so we have the option to kind of find pictures if we'd like to, and then move to something else. What I want you to really do here is envision that object that's in front of you or around you, wherever, and dance with it. Dance around it. Respond to it. You know, maybe if the object that you're confronting is scary to you, maybe your movement is going to be more hollowed in, more crouchy. If you want to embrace the thing that you've been visualizing this whole time, maybe your movements are open and accepting. And we also have that sense of tension, right? So our entire body can be tense, or one part of our body can be tense while the other is soft. That's a little bit more multitasky than maybe most pedestrians can do, but if you have, we have 7 minutes about to explore a range of movement, a range of motion. And so if you can find ways to tense up certain parts, but then release other parts, you're still visualizing this object, right? And maybe we take times to let it in, and then maybe we take times to release it. Maybe we just want to say hello. Maybe we want to say goodbye. We really want to continue focusing on our breath. It's hard for me a little because I'm talking, guiding you through this meditation, but use this rhythm of the music, rhythm of your breath, to find inspiration, to find timing. Right? You have everything above you, you have everything below you. Use your eyes. We engaged our eyes earlier today. They're a muscle as well, so make sure you're using your eyes when you move. Right? And if your movement is limited, just allow it to be a walk. But know that you can focus outward, you can focus one foot in front of you. There's a range of tension and motion that we have, there's a range of sight that we have. So maybe your thing all of a sudden is really far away from you, and it's really tiny. And as it gets closer, your eyes widen. Maybe you welcome that object. Is the object speaking to you? And if so, what is it saying? Allow this time to be time for you to investigate your own body. Where you like to move, how you like to move. Allow your body to find moments of stretch and warmth. And we're gonna add this element of speed, right? Right now I've been going at a pretty even pace, just playing around with the tensions, with my eyesight, with my breath. With my focus. Not usually, but traditionally. I have no mirror today, but I still have a front and audience. Because usually I might be a little more unfocused, but because I have this focal point, which we all have a focal point, right? The thing that we've been thinking about all past 25 minutes, right? So we have this other thing around us that we are acknowledging, that we're dancing with. We have the intricacies of our fingertips, our thumbs, our wrists, our shoulders, our jaws, our nose, our eyes, hips, stomach, upper stomach, lower stomach, butt. Most importantly, we're continuing our breath. We also have size, so small movements, big movements, medium-sized movements. They're all dependent on our own selves. So for this next 2 minutes, let's play with size and speed, right? So let's just, for synchronicity's sake, I'll start small and fast. How fast can you go? If we're going small, how fast can we go? We're still finding our breath. Now we can go a little bit bigger. Jaw, releasing the eyes, looking around us. Right, let's get a little bit bigger. We're still fast. We won't be fast for much longer. Just another minute or so. So now I'm like sweaty, but I'm still finding my breath. Tension, no tension, medium tension. Woo! Let's push ourselves just for the next 20 seconds. Go as fast as you can, in your own range of movement, in your own style. 10, 9, 8, far, close. Reaching, tension, light. 3, 2, 1, 0. So let's walk around this space for a bit. All together. Let's take our final breath. 6-second inhales. Lovely Tuesday morning for my weekly Finding Meditation Through Movement for all backgrounds, all experiences, all accessibility types. our virtual programming on the Clubhouse. You can find the link on my link tree, which is in my bio. And I hope to see you next week on Clubhouse, 9:30 to 10 a.m. every Tuesday. Usually it's audio only, so you just have the words for me to guide you. And I appreciate you being here. And I hope you allow this to kind of set the tone for your day. And don't get too wet outside if you're in New York or in a rainy day. So thank you. See you next week.